Good morning. So grab your coffee, grab your tea. We're going to be here for a little bit because I'm not going to be on tomorrow or Saturday morning. So I won't be on those 2 days. I'll be in Manville. So I want to give you the 411 on the info on the energies that are coming in. So everybody, welcome. Welcome. My name is Mary June Tracy. I am the Guru Mama. Many people call me Mama G. That's why it's Mama G's Coffee Corner. And coming in to bring you some love and light to your day and give you the what's going to be happening. So brace yourself, buckle down. We're going to be here for a little bit. I'm giving myself an hour for this morning. If you have any questions and stuff, definitely bring in your questions on what's happening and what's going on, because we're in for some wild times. And we're calling this we're calling this round 2 because it's 6 months. 6 months today until Christmas. 6 months, if we go back 6 months, it was 6 months 6 months ago that we had that solar eclipse on Christmas Day. And it was a changing. May not have felt it right away, but there was a change happening. The vibrations of the energies of the cosmos were starting to vibrate around us, within us, and through us. And we are now coming into the second phase of this of a vibration that is coming in to vibrate through us, with us, and in us. So blessings, everyone, and thank you for those who watch the replay. For those who don't or first-time followers, I am an astrologer. I'm a psychic medium, an intuitive, and a spiritual love of life coach, and wanting to bring you some, November, December last year, I took massive steps away from Facebook. Now what? So the beautiful thing, today is Venus is direct. Venus, I saw her as a morning star this morning. I was up pretty early and before the sunrise, and she was there. She was shining bright. She was this bright, positive energy. And I just said, thank God you're here. Thank God you're here, Venus. And bringing us that energy. And it's the image I got was the 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups is celebration, and bringing that celebration and raising your cups to the celebration and allowing yourself to step into this beautiful positivity. Because today it does have some really beautiful energy in there for us. Today's an opportunity with Venus direct to feel good, values, self-worth, stimulation. This is about our energies, about us going. And she wants to highlight this. She wants to bring this in. The moon is at 1 degree Virgo. So coming into Virgo. So Virgo needs something to do, right? Virgos love to have something to do. So we want to make sure that you are prepared to do what you want to do. Like if a Virgo is going to clean house or going to do something, it wants to make sure it has all the items that it wants, that it needs. It's like going and you're going to, print something off and you don't have the black to print it off, and your printer won't work unless all the ink is there, or you don't have enough paper. Or worse yet, they go to clean a window and they run out of Windex. Oh my God, poor Virgos. So this is very important to make sure, because Venus is squaring the moon. And it's to do something. It is to make sure, and to make sure that you are doing what you need to be doing right now. And this is about looking into our fate. And she won't be back here. I mean, she's going direct, and she'll be leaving Gemini, and she won't be back for 8 years. 8 years. So this is with this moon and And the sun, they're making some good aspects. The moon's making some good aspect to the nodes today too. So this is almost where God is handing us this energy and saying, here you go. I'm handing you this energy. And you got to take it, because we're going to start going into some crazy seas. This is about values. This is about wake up. This is about, there is this energy that's coming in and squaring Neptune. So this is about money, your stability, your relationships. Mars in Aries. Mars is going to be in Aries until January 2021. He's coming in there, coming up this weekend. And with that, it's very strong. It's dominant. He's the hero. He is vitality. And this is cardinal energy. And we have cardinal energy a lot in the heavens. The sun is in Cancer. That's cardinal. Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn. That's cardinal. The moon going into Aries. That's cardinal. And later on this week, as we go into the weekend, the moon is going to be in Libra. So this energy, and as I've said to you, and I said this a while ago, that we have to prepare, because July, August, and as we're going into the fall, we're going to find the squeeze is coming in. And as of July 1st, Saturn is going into Capricorn, with Jupiter and Pluto conjunct as of this Friday. Like, they are going to be side by side. They are going to be buddies, and they're going to be side by side, and we're going to see things start to come together. Plus, with that conjunction, the fullness on Monday, we're going to see some spiral craziness when it comes to the economy, when it comes to the stock market. I'm making that prediction. I also said a while ago, and I looked back on my notes, because that Mexico City and the earthquake down in Mexico near the coast, and I said there's something going to be happening in and around Mexico, and there's a 7.7 earthquake. Also with Dallas, Texas, and I thought it's odd that they're not shutting down or they're not doing something. Bang, they're shutting down. So this is about us looking at our patience, and we are in it's like patience is in the ICU. So patience is needing patience. Having this patience is about slowing down, and we're going to be seeing more shutdowns. You think it's opening, but it's not. Is it really? Maybe not. So this is where the South Node, international travel, it's about hunkering down. What is it locally that you can do? Many people are like, I got to go here and I got to go there. What do you need? And I've said this before. What is happening in your local area, your community? This is about looking around where you are. It's hunkering down and looking at what you need to hunker down. Because with that South Node in Sagittarius, we're going to find there's going to be a lot more restrictions in going on international travel. And if you are wanting to fly to different parts, or if people are flying down into the States right now, you're going to find in July and going into August, there's going to be more restrictions, or you're not going to be able to go. There's going to be having to have specific reasons on why you need to travel. And this is going to be coming down, and we're going to find, because we're finding it now, that collective is split. The collective is split. And a while ago, and I talked to you about spells and things being spelled. We'll get to that in a moment. But this collective, this energy is going back to the Salem witch trials of 1662 and the split of 1859. So there's this split that's happening, and we're going to start really feeling it. It started, a lot of the energy started coming in on Monday. And we started seeing it, and I saw some crazy shit hit in the news. And now I'm seeing, Justin Trudeau, our prime minister splitting with his wife, and all of these crazy energies are coming in, right? So this energy is coming forward. And this is where we need to learn. And Venus is direct, which is, hallelujah. But what is not logically working for you, why are you hanging on to it? Why are you hanging on to what is no longer working? Because, or trying to make everything to be in the way it was. We are going to find a lot to do with the world and sensing in our world our values. Money is coming in, worries about money, communications. If you have not done things, so for instance, if you put deferment payments, so you did deferment payments for September and October, and you haven't been putting that money aside in some way or some format in order to make those payments coming up, or you haven't been keeping up on, say your rent or your mortgage payments, the squeeze is coming in. The squeeze is coming in. And this is where people are just going to be finding that you're going to find a lot of people toppling, a lot of people like, what the hell's going on? Why isn't it working? Why? So this is where it's like financial pitfalls. And looking at those financial pitfalls that are going to be not only hitting personally, but in the world economy. Now with Jupiter, Pluto, the last time they met together, and they weren't retrograde, was when it was in Sagittarius, 2007. 2007. And Jupiter does a fling, and then 2008, zing, went the market. And shortly after, in 2008, that's when Pluto entered Capricorn and started to shake things up, started to really make us look. Then April 2021 or 2020, April 4th, Jupiter Pluto conjunct. Lockdown started happening. Our economy, here comes the sirens. Everything started to go. Gas prices dropped. Oil prices dropped. This is where we saw a lot of but the restrictions on where you could go, what you could do. Maybe some drive-thrus were open, some stores were open. There's only so many people allowed in stores and the whole bit. So we are looking at now with that Jupiter Pluto coming up again of limited reality, limitations. Our reality is limited. There's a limitation there. There's a lot of people out there that are saying they're awake. No, they're not. So this is not seeing the way they want to see it. People aren't seeing it the way they want to see it. They're expecting it. They're trying to do the same thing with a different result. The same thing with a different result. What does that cause? Insanity. And that's what we're going to start seeing, more insanity. And the split is crazy. And Mars tomorrow is squaring the North Node at 29 degrees. The nodes are at 29 degrees. Mars is at 29 degrees Pisces. Anything at the last degrees of water are havoc. Doesn't matter if it's Cancer or Scorpio, Pisces, it's havoc. It's craziness. There's mental illness. There's other things that come up. We find people starting to freak out more, and then squaring the nodes, there's an activation that starts to happen. Where do you want to be? At the head of the dragon or at the tail of the dragon? Because if you're going for the head, it's in Gemini. That is that if you are wanting to feel comfortable in your world and in your space, Gemini is like small changes, small adjustments. Sagittarius with the South Node, illusions, thinking everything's going to be fine. We're going to be great. All is going to be fine. We're just going to go back to normal. Nothing is bad is going to happen. Illusion. South Node. Let's go. Where do you want to go? And Mars is an activator. He's activating this. He's saying, what do you want? Where do you want to go? Because he's a guy of action. He wants to get things done. He wants to go. He is the warrior. He is the warrior. He is the hero. He's the one who wants to come in and stamp out the evil as he's going into Aries. And as he goes into Aries, he has more power. It's activating. Things are going to start to activate even more. We're going to find a lot of things. It's like, when I don't know if it's Battlestar Galactic or Star Wars and things, and you see them going off. It goes boop 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 boop, and the lights are going because everything is getting activated before they take off. There's an activation as everything is building up to take off. And continue looking at the world that you don't see or don't know, and you keep hoping for this, oh, it's going to be positive, mama. I'm focusing on my positive. Good. That's what we want you to do in your area, that local, in what you are doing there. That's what we want. But if it's that hoping for the positive and you're just wanting to do kumbaya by the fire, I'm sorry, kumbaya is out. There is no kumbaya by the fire. So to do what I need to do to make the changes, do what you need to do to make your changes. A lot of you have already started to activate and started to do things. We're going to be finding that, especially as we go forth, universities, travel, South Node, they're going to be blowing out the water. Universities, no, sorry. Unless they're doing the Gemini thing and doing the Zoom thing, doing the online. As I've told you, if you are not doing your business online, if you have not connected online, you're going to tank. If you want to get something out there, if you want to promote something, it's not. People who are doing markets right now, God bless you. I ain't going to no fucking market. Just saying. You're going to find that things are just going to start shutting down in July. You think that it's going to come up. You're like, everybody's, yeah, but no, everything's fine right now. We're traveling. I'm going to BC. I'm going to here. I'm going to there. And I'm like, okay, make your plans. But I'm just telling you what the stars are showing me. You could push, you could fight. It's like trying to fight and push against something and push against something. It's like having a wound and you keep picking at the scab and hoping it'll heal instead of leaving the damn thing alone and it'll heal. Or trying to repop a pimple. You gotta love my pimple analogies, right? That's what it is. This is huge, and it is this energy that's weighing down, and you're not hearing a lot of astrologers talking about it. K. Pacha was, I love him. Leo King was, I love him. And of course, they're Leos, for crying out loud. Here comes the Scorpio. It's like, yeah. This is where this activation, this newness that has to come in. And the Sun and Cancer is going to be meeting up and conjuncting Mercury on Tuesday. And it's going to be squaring Chiron and Mars. The other part, too, is Mars is coming up and bumping up to the old soldier who's become a shaman now, Chiron, the wounded healer. As soon as he gets in there, another activation, another awakening. What are the changes that are going to be happening? Only way to change, 100% to change in your own world. What is it? It's got to be in your world. We're not looking at the world around you. This is starting to activate within you. What are you doing in your way? What are you doing to make your world more comfortable? Like today, my husband got his little tent. He got a backyard tent. So we're setting that up. A little canopy thing for him to go outside, sit, relax, smoke, do his thing. So we got that. That's what we got. He also wants a hummingbird, or not we, because we don't have hummingbirds here. He wants a bird feeder. So I'm gonna be buying him a bird feeder. And so he's wanting to start to make his own utopia in his backyard. He wants to bring in all of these elements. And I love it because my husband's just doing this subconsciously, and it's not he once in a while peeks in to see what I'm saying, and then he just he goes, I don't want to hear, Mary. No, don't want to hear. So he's doing that. And that's the thing. What are you doing in your area to make it more comfortable? Do you need to make some adjustments in your house? Maybe some of the adjustments aren't so much where, like my son just moved into a condo, a townhouse. I call it a townhouse. Anyways, a townhouse. They're calling it condos now. But anyways, a beautiful little townhouse. And I think it's 2 or 3 bedrooms, him and a buddy. They got a full basement developed. They got the upstairs with the bedrooms, and then they got the main. So it's 3 levels. Very nice. Very nice. But he's making the adjustments because he wants to feel better. And his girlfriend is going in and moving in with some friends. And she's making it feel good. It's not that they're breaking up, but they just needed to find their space. Needed to find that adjustment that they need in their lives. And that's what you might have to do. There might be some adjustments there. And doing those little adjustments. If you're wanting that bigger pie and you're just wanting, I want the big pie, I want the big pie, I want the big pie, it's not there. It's not there. The energies aren't allowing it to come in. The gates are coming down. Remember, we entered the gates? Now the gates are down. You're in there. You're in. If you're on the other side of the gates, you're out. So this is where we're going to be finding, this is where I said, patience is all it wants is, this is all patience itself, bringing in the patience of the adjustments that you need to do. Gemini is small adjustments, making them happen, making those moves. It's about learning, communications, bringing in that learning, bringing in those adjustments. That's why it's a twin. It has those adjustments. Maybe there's something there you have to readjust within your own self. And the Saturn, Pluto, and Capricorn, there is that illusion with the South Node. And it is looking at where we want to, that maybe we want to feel good, but there's a heavier lockdown that's going to be starting to come down. We're going to start feeling it. So we got to figure a way to do this and do this within our life. Where are you? Where are you in the first 6 months? Where were you in this first 6 months? January, February, March, April, May, June. Where were you? Because I got the death card coming in. So that means there's a lot of things that were ending. A lot of things. And a lot of times when death comes in, people are hanging on to that what is dying away. And it's gone. It's gone. It's no longer there. But people are hanging on to the fucking shit. I want it like this, but it's gone. It's not there. It's like it's like looking at, I got like looking at an old heavy laptop or something. I want this old laptop or this old, I want this old dial-up system. I'm used to it. Well, it's not there anymore. I'm sorry. That's not the way the communications are going. It's like, I want to have it this way. I don't want this 5G. I love it when people are blowing up fucking 5G towers. And then they're wanting to fucking post it on their phone. I'm just like, why the hell do you have your phone? Because you just blew up the cell tower that is activating your phone. But I want it the way it was. I want my flip phone to work. Your flip phone, well, it might work, but you're not going to get everything that you got on your new phone. It's not. It's not that way. Gemini's. We got this North Node in Gemini. North Node in Gemini's like, I don't give a fuck. This is the way it is, buddy. You want to go into that delusion? You go down there. You go over there. So this is figuring out a way to do what we need to do. And the thing is that, as we fall for, this Sag, this North Node in Sag, this is, this is the karma of like, I want this. It's all the comfort of everything that I used to have. I used to do my international travels. I used to travel all around the world. And now it's like, sorry, it's not going to happen. Sorry, you're not going to go to Disneyland this year. Sorry, you're not taking that trip to the Bahamas this year. It's not going to happen. Unless there's extreme restrictions or you have your own jet. But even then, it's like, And this is where I can see where the facts, to make it fast or instant brew. So this is where instant brew comes in. You want to make that changes? Okay, here we go. Give me the hot water. Here's the instant brew. Okay, here you go. There you go. Off you go. Bye-bye. If you're waiting for the long brew, if you're waiting for something in a longer term, and you're waiting for that, and you're in that lineup, I have to wait. It's all to do. If you're waiting in that lineup for the long brew, I'm waiting for that. That's going to come in for me. If you didn't pay your bills and you're waiting for that next long thing to come in, you're going to find it's not there. It's like, oh, well, I'm sorry, we ran out of this. We got to order. We got to do this. Or they haven't ordered and they're like, well, we're just sitting around waiting. Gemini is like, well, I ordered and I got the tracking number and it's here and I'm following it and I know it's going to be here and here and here. Gotta love it when Geminis are expecting a package, or air signs are expecting a package. It says here, I'm supposed to get it today. If some of you guys were on my class last night, and my youngest son, who's a Libra, came in and he was like, yeah, he was tracking. His shoes weren't coming in. He was on the phone. Where are my shoes? You sent me the wrong package. I'm returning that. I want my Gucci sliders. He tracked it. Came in. Text me, Mom, package was dropped off. Did you get it? Yes, I got it. Can I have a picture of it? Here's a picture of it, dear. Boom, boom, boom. That's your energy. Gemini, 2. Boom, boom, boom. Give it to me. This is what I want. I want it this way. That is the energy that's coming in. You want it? Let's make the small adjustments and make it happen. If you want to sit there and expect the way it was, it's not there. And July is going to be fucked up. I don't want, Venus is direct. Venus wants to open up and say, come on, baby, let's get our stuff in order. That means if you need to earn extra money and say you were talking to a friend and they said, hey, I've earned some extra money doing this. How did you do it? Can you show me? I want to do that too. Or somebody down the road who needs extra help at their store, or something along that line to give you what you need. Give me that energy, Owen. That's where it is. It's that instant brew. Don't wait for the long brew. Make sure you're paying your bills. I'm just telling people. And it's funny because I started a couple years ago that I wanted to get my finances in order, or try and make sure that I get them. Now I'm making sure my bills come in. I'm making sure if I got the money, bang, it gets paid. Or as soon as I get the money, bang, it's paid. It's something that it has to be done. I'm doing it. Before, going back to last time, about 2002. No, I was in crazy fear, lack. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to that crazy lack mode of 2002, 2003. I put my energy and my power into somebody else, and I got screwed. Because I was going for that long term, yeah, they'll help me. It'll be great. It feels like a full fridge. Yeah. That's where it is. And we got to make those, because you know what? And if you are just joining me and you haven't been following me for a while, and with what I've been telling people in the last little while, because a lot of things that I've been saying, bang, I watch the news. Oh my God, something just happened there. Bang, this just happened over here. Holy shit. I said to my husband, that shooting in Nova Scotia, I said, that doesn't feel right. There's something fucked up about that shooting. It doesn't feel right. I said he was, and I kept on calling him a sleeper. I said, he's a sleeper. There's something underhanded there. It's come out that he was actually a narc for the RCMP. He withdrew over $400,000 a couple days before this happened. He made dentures. The reason they didn't react on him right away is because he was an informant for the RCMP. And he was getting away with shit. Some informants are good. Some are fucked up. You got that. And I just had a feeling there's something wrong there. There was something wrong. She got so close to him that he could grab her gun. That's not protocol with RCMP. I know. But she knew him. And she knew of him. So these are the things we got to start looking, and we got to start paying attention. Because when we start looking at where Mars is going in, it's war. It's war stuff. Mars is full speed. Everyone, full speed, and we're going to have shutdown. Saturn, Pluto, coming into Capricorn without the South Node. That means the veil is open. And here, look at, these are three guys that are in there. Saturn went into his dad's house, took a look around. He says, I got some cleanup to do before I get back there. Saturn isn't going back till the end of the year. And that's a whole nother kettle of fish when he gets back in there with Jupiter. This is, everything is in your face. Mexico City, 7.7 earthquake in around, or it wasn't Mexico City, but outside. Dallas, Texas is shutting down. Who would have thought Texas was like, oh, we could do our own thing. And now they got to shut down. By the end of June, this is like we got about 5-6 days. What do you want to start making small adjustments to in your life? What do you want? Could be making a diet change. You want to learn how to lose weight? Come now. I've lost 9 pounds. I'm so excited. But I wouldn't have lost the pounds if I wasn't on Zingler. I hope I said that right. On doing my on doing this program, I wouldn't have lost weight if I didn't do that. This is what kickstarted me. This is one of the things that kickstarted me in order for me to start a stronger meditation practice, for me to work out, to do my yoga, to do my cacao ceremony, because it started to clear me out of any shit that was holding me back, literally and physically and spiritually. That's what it was. I had to get that kick in the ass. Am I going to stop this? Hell no. No, I'm going to continue it on because I know what I need to do in order for me to make those adjustments. When you're doing a cleansing or a clearing in your life, that, like you cleaned out a closet. Bang. And then all of a sudden there was Olivia cleaned up the downstairs. Wow. And look at Candace. Candace just lost 20 pounds. God, man, I love you, Candace. That's awesome. And you've been on that for what? 2 months now? Am I right? Candace, is it 2 months? To feel better? Is 1 month. So 1 month, 20 pounds. So that's awesome. So that is great. For me, it's not even been a month, but it's only been 9 pounds. Her mentality, she's a lot younger than I am too. A lot younger. And that's what you got to honor. You got to honor where you are. Like I'm 56 years old. Okay. There's a lot of other extra hormones and estrogen that has been sitting around on my body. So moving it and getting it going is a big thing. That's the whole thing. My thing is made for you to lose that amount. I don't think I could lose 20 pounds in 1 month. On it, I'm just looking at my metabolism, but maybe I could. I don't know. But right now I am adjusting. I'm making it happen to the way that my body needs to happen. And doing what I need to do. And that's great. So whatever works for you, whatever program is working for you to make those adjustments, you have to do it. You have to do it. I read in the paper and I said to my husband, I say these things to my husband off the cuff. I said, you know what? The housing market's going to drop. If you are in the housing market is going to drop. You could if you did the same plan, but it might not have the vibe you're after. True. That the housing market, and they're saying within the next 2 to 3 years, or 2 years, well, I think 2 years, 2 to 3. Anyways, the housing market is going to be dropping tens of thousands of dollars. And I was just thinking, I did a reading for somebody and she didn't want to drop her housing price. She wanted a certain price. And I thought, well, she could have sold it at a certain price, but she didn't. And now she still has the house. And I'm like, oh, well, now that person might even lose more. So housing prices are going to be dropping. Things are going to be dropping. We're going to be finding that things are going to be starting to get a little bit crazy. And by the end of June, and the best position you can have for a good time in July is to find things that feel good. Find the outlets that make you feel good, more positive than negative. Bring in the positive things that are making you work well, do things that you're doing. Bring that in. So if Candace is doing her thing and bringing that in, or, this is what you need to start doing. And who's Nick? 555. I'm good. I'm taking a break from homework right now. Oh, good. I only have a week left in class. Yeah, take that break. Just like breathe it out, sweetie. Breathe it out. Breathe it out. So this is looking at plans, hopes, dreams, might be crushed right now over the next couple months. Now I'm saying this because if you're waiting for a concert, if you're waiting for that vacay plans, they're not there. They're not happening. That big concert's not happening. Stampede is not happening. It's not going to happen. It's local stuff. What is local? How can I make more money? Maybe, and this is it. How can I make more money with things? Maybe I need to sell some stuff online. Maybe I need to, as I said before, ask the guy down the street. Maybe he needs some help there. This is where. So when we're going at and we're looking at travel, universe, South Node, it's going to be blown out of the water. It's not happening. There's restrictions. Saturn's coming in. Restrictions. It's coming in. I can hear it. It's going boom, 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 boom. And it's gnarly. It's weird. There's going to be some gnarly, weird close downs that we're going to be feeling over July. Some really crazy things. And the collective is even split. So what is the point? Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn has other plans. They have other plans. Other plans are coming in. And he's coming, and Jupiter's in dad's house. Saturn just left his dad's house. He's coming in because he knows that there's stuff that he has to get done in Capricorn. He has to get it done. The reason why he has to get it done, because he's not going to be back there for over 29 years. 29 years. By that time, I'm not going to give a fuck. Because I'm just not. I'm going to be about 80 some years old. I'll be like, fine. I'll be great. I'm going to be out there in a little grass shack on the beach with my husband with a glass bottom boat so you can take people out on tours. If you want to come, we're going to be on a beach. That's where my husband and I are going to be. We're going to be out there, these two old fuddy-duddies out there doing their thing. sitting around giving people readings around a fire. So this is July 4th and 5th, lunar eclipse. Any country that has a lunar eclipse on their day, or especially the United States, the 4th and 5th, a lunar eclipse, that powerful. In Capricorn, it's at 13 degrees. Boom, changes. Transformation. Shit's going to get blown out of the water. Shit is going to get blown out of the water. And this is all going to be very emotional. A lot of emotion. And on June 24th, the sun passes the North Node. The sun is past the North Node. We have emotion happening. North Node in Gemini. A lot of adjustments. Minor. This is local. Mercury is trying to make sense of it all. But Mercury is in Cancer. It's very feminine energy. Mercury's not feminine. He's very masculine. He's like trying to make sense of all of this. And, because he is the one, he is both, he holds the positive and the negative energy, and he's trying to make sense of this all. Trying to make it sense. And he is in there, and he's just like, this doesn't make any sense, and I'm trying to do it. And they're just saying, just feel it, baby. Just feel it. Who is right? Who's wrong? It's hard games to play. Political, wake up or not. Both of them are under some kind of spell. And it's to get out of this delusion. There's something else, something there that we cannot see that is in control. We can't see it. It's there. And there's all of these delusions. Not the left or the right is better than one or the other, because they're both after their own fucking stupid agenda and fucking everybody over. And then there's these other movements that are coming in. And I'm just telling you, people, you got to look at who is in charge, because they're not always who you think they're in charge. Someone put a post out about Hitler and saying something about Hitler. And when Hitler was coming in and coming to power, when Hitler was coming into power, he mentioned that he didn't like Jews. He mentioned things like that. But everybody was like, oh, he's great for the economy. Things are fabulous. Things are improving. We will allow some restrictions. Gotta look at who's there. Gemini, educate, look at, adjust, find out information. Clarity, air, clarity. South Node Sag. I'll sit here for a while. This is great. I'm just basking around. I got everything on deferral. Life is going to be great. Wake up. It's time for us to get out of the delusion. Work together. Mars, 28 degrees Pisces right now. It's starting to square the nodes. The loss of the world of spirituality, dreams, both. Jupiter ruled houses. We're having right now. Jupiter rules is the old ruler of Pisces. Jupiter also rules Sagittarius. So these are two ruled Jupiter's houses, wanting to expand, wanting to find things. But the thing is that Jupiter just doesn't expand willy-nilly. It has to have a purpose for expansion. Otherwise, he's not going to expand. Jupiter is very good at closing the doors and saying, fuck no, baby. That don't make no sense. We ain't doing that. You're in the wrong part of the town. Get the fuck out. That don't make no sense to me. That's Jupiter. There is that side. He is Zeus. Jupiter, Zeus. Do you think Zeus is always nice? Zeus can be a bloody badass. I don't like you. Lightning bolt. Ka-choo. So this is breakdown. Uncle Jupe. Uncle Jupe is a guy who takes your kid in the backyard, lights up, and your kid's like 14 and says, hey, your dad started smoking when he's 14. Here. Hey, I'm your Uncle Jupe. I'm the cool one. That's your Uncle Jupe. So this is it. He can lead you into a pathway and say, here, this is what we used to do. You want this? So we got to break down. You got to break down. And the thing is that when you start to do astrology, you got to break down every single transit. You got to know what your depositors are. You want to learn astrology? You got to understand, what does the moon mean in here? What does the sun mean in here? What's going on today? How is this all working? And then you can make the adjustments, because the planets are going to move the way the planets are going to move. They're not going to move any differently. They have a way of moving. They have a way of slowing down. They do this constantly. They don't all of a sudden, Jupiter decides to be Mercury and go 88 days around the sun. Or the sun decides to say, hey, I'll be the moon. I'll do 2.5 days in every sign. It's not the way it works. They have a flow, and they have had this flow for millions of years, and it's going to continue a million years afterwards. They know what they're doing. So when you're wanting to learn, you got to break things down to understand. So with Jupiter, you got to follow. You got to understand where, what those two planets, what's happening. Jupiter's the co-ruler with Neptune. So what's going on with that? That's part of his energy in there, even though he's in Capricorn. Because there's that energy I want to expand. But here is Neptune. Neptune is going retrograde, and he's going to go over everything since November of last year. Holy fuck. So he's going through the last 6 months. Things are going to start coming up. It's like, oh, look at this. 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 He's the media. So we're going to see a media frenzy of bullshit coming out even more. And I know a lot of you are going to say, I don't watch the news. Doesn't matter if you watch the news or you don't watch the news. That bullshit is still going to come out, and it's going to affect you, because there's going to be a heavier lockdown. So, financial security, important. It is important to look at some forms of financial security, whether that is that you put $10 away or $20 away or whatever it is, making sure that you are keeping up. If you are having difficulties in keeping up, what is it that you can do in order to make things more stable in your life? This isn't a time to go swing in the hammock. As much as there's people out there wanting to swing in the hammock. A lot of people are saying, well, I'm on EI, I'm on this, things are great. I don't know, maybe September I'll start looking for work. Get a job at Starbucks and get free coffee. Yeah, join the Starbucks team. Four shots poured over ice with milk at it. If they had cashew milk, I'd add the cashew milk, but they didn't have it. So this is looking at, because by Thursday, the moon is sextile in Cancer. The moon is square in Venus. So there's some hard choices. Venus wants to open up and say, here you go. But there's some really hard choices, because you got to look at the long-term effect. And you got to look at what it makes and make the changes into your reality. Mars, 28 degrees. We're hitting into the hardness, right? Am I going to get through this? Jupiter, Pluto. Am I going to get through this? So we got to start looking local. By Friday, when Mars hits 29 degrees, we're hitting the hardest degrees. And it's 1 degree away from home, and it's squaring off with the nodes. Jupiter, the moon, Jupiter, Pluto, the sun, and the solar eclipse. They're hitting this, they're awakening this energy that's been there. So there's an awakening. They're squaring off. They're hitting different aspects that are there from December 25th, where those nodes are. Hitting it. Boom, I'm awakening this energy. Because remember, eclipse hides things. Now, things have been being revealed, but now they're going to be revealed anymore, but yet there is still an illusion of other things that we don't see as yet. So this is coming down to some serious shit. Hopes and dreams. Mars last degree, crushed. Stories from 2002, 2003. You don't have the facts, or you're in that fear. You wanting to go back to that fear that you were then. Go into the same. Do you want to go back to a flip phone? Do you want to go back to a razor phone? Do you want to give up all your little apps on here and your, all of the cool things that we can get onto our phones right now? Do you want to give up Pinterest? No. So this is where we have to start looking at things, looking at this energy. Thursday, Jupiter day. This is Jupiter's day. Thursday is a day of spirituality. It is advisable to turn to the higher power, study sacred texts, as well as do charity work, selfless deeds. Come into that. Turn into your self-realization, ambitions. Opens up leadership qualities. Coming into that, coming into this energy. This is awakening. This is all awakening. And there's going to be an activation, especially with the Virgo energies that are coming in with the moon. So we're coming into a lot of heavy energy this weekend. And this is looking into where it is. We're going to find, and I'm going to predict right now, we're going to find that there's going to be flights closed from country to country in Europe. We're going to find things that are going to be closing down. You won't be able to fly from country to country. You're going to find that things are going to close down from state to state or even province to province. Things are going to start getting crazy. If I'm wrong, cool, I'm wrong. I could do that. Yeah, Candace, get the job at Starbucks. I'll come down. I'll track to Okotoks. It's local. Okotoks is local. So this is about your energy, thinking it's going to be all right. South Node, that's very delusional. Everything's going to be fine and cool, and we're going to go sing Kumbaya by the fire. And I'm going to say, no, because the Kumbaya is done. There's no Kumbaya. And this is about troops, unknown, make a small change. Got to make those small changes. Mars goes in there, and by the fall, guess what? Guess what he does? Guess what he does? You wonder why he's there for so long? He goes fucking retrograde in September. It's Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn all start going direct. Not all at the same time. So this is like, what? Bad boys are going direct. So with that Jupiter, Pluto, with everything on Monday, there's going to be some crazy days, crazy action that's going to come in. Monday is also the moon day, and the moon is going to be in Libra. So we're going to have Saturn havoc. We're going to have some drop of the biggest, I think, some big economic crushes that we have not seen, some unforeseen energies that are going to come in that we have not seen before. And it's going to be some weird shit beyond our own human understanding. Some really weird shit is going to be coming down. And this is where, the moon is trining, will be trining over. But the moon, when it trines over to the sun and Mercury next week, it's going to be in Scorpio. Scorpio kills the emotion. It's a killjoy. So this is where Mars, Aries fight to go through life, sacrifice, spiritual, ego, spiritual, and your ego. Things are going to go crazy. We are coming into where we have not seen Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter in Capricorn for 740 fucking years altogether. And then in retrograde, 740 years. Kind of feel that change. And then here comes Uranus. I haven't even mentioned him, but he's plugging along at 9 degrees. He's coming along. Rahu is pissed. Not getting what you want. It's like the analogy of not getting what you want, the feeling of it. So think of the worst case scenario of not getting what you want. The Leo King made this, and I just loved it. It's like a vampire who can't drink blood. There's no blood left. And the vampires can't drink it. Or the zombies can't, there's nothing left for the zombies to eat. Everybody's a zombie. Then what? If everybody's a zombie, what do the zombies eat? What do they do? What do they feed on? Each other? There's nothing there to feed on. They're all dead. So the check stops. The checks will stop. Crazy world. Everyone is going to be, in this craziness, and it's got to be focused on, I'm going to say it again, focus on your local life. Venus has the tools, everything you need to get through the next 6 months. Go into the goddess, go into the Venus energy. She has it. If you think it is going to be better in another state or province, no. In another country, no, it's not. It's not. It's just not. Gemini, know your things. It's the thing of knowing. Go into your with the Geminis. God bless Geminis. I always say that. So you have the opportunity. Extremely important stuff right now. Know your stuff. Know where you're going to be going to heading. You're going to find in the fall, universities and that are all going to be probably shut down. They're already stating that they're going to be online. So I can't see kids going back to school. Little kids going back to school. There won't be. It's going to be online somehow. So if you got little ones, you better start setting up your own little kindergarten school and find out how to home study your kids. Because right now Virgo's running out of Windex. And it's not good when Virgo runs out of Windex or something happens that Virgo can't get things done. You get kind of pissy. So this is us to confront what we need to do today. Focus. What do we need to focus? Go into that, go into that mode. And it's crazy stuff coming. Crazy stuff coming, and the gates are closing. Right? I'm just not looking forward to my son doing online school. It's hard giving a fish structure. It is. That's why, you know what? Advice for giving your little fish structure is that you got to do things in bites. You got to do things in bites. So you have, okay, so from 10 to 11, this is what we're doing. And that's what you're doing. That's it. Then we're going to have a break from 11:01 till 1:30, right? So you can go off, get whatever, do whatever, come back at 1:30. This is what we're doing. From 1:30 to 2, we're doing this. You'll get more production and more things done. Then if you say, you got to sit down and do this now. We're starting at 9 and we're going till noon. You can't go with that structure. That structure's not there anymore. That's the old structure. That's the old structure. You got to come into a new way of doing a new structure. Everybody wants to go back to the old structure. It's not there. The schooling structure is not there. The old way of schooling kids is not there because it didn't work to begin with. It was really fucked up. In order, you're going to find more kids that are learning more, that are more advanced than ever before if we take the new road. And more understanding, more loving, more open, more caring. If you booked flights, got to tell you guys, if you booked flights to go anywhere, to get out of anywhere, you won't be going. They're going to be canceled. If you're going across country, double check. Depending, I don't know about, I know in the States, there's going to be a lot of states closing their borders. So remember what I said about food shortages by August? Yeah, food shortages. Start bulk buying vegetables, freezing your vegetables now. And what you need now. Because you won't be able to find it later. You might not be able to find avocados. Weird things. I keep on getting, you won't be finding avocados. You won't be finding, because you got to think where they're coming from. And if those borders are closed and a lot of truckers are already laid off, they're not coming up. Those things aren't coming up. They're not happening. Because you got to also understand the last time Mars, Chiron made that conjunction and was in Aries was the Vietnam War. was during the Vietnam War. So there's a lot of war timelines that are coming in because, as much, and I know many of you don't want to talk about this, or you don't want to talk about the revolution, or you don't want to talk about this change. You all want to stay in your sweet little Humpty Dumpty little world. Remember, Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall, couldn't put them back together again. All the king's men and all the king's lords couldn't put Humpty together again. Right? This is the awakening. I want to talk about it, just not every day. But people aren't doing fuck all. That's why it's got to be talked about every day. You got to go into the Gemini. You got to go and do those small adjustments. Do the small adjustments. Do a 5-minute prayer. Do a 3-minute meditation. Do your breathing exercise. The more you do it, the more the changes are going to start happening to you. Small adjustments, stick local, buy local, and you'll find things are going to start working, and it's not going to be as crazy as the crazy is coming in. So I'm sending you guys out so much love. I said I'd be here on an hour. I've been an hour and 1 minute. So I'm sending you out so much love. As I said, I won't be here Friday and Saturday. I'll be in Manville. So I'm sending you guys out so much love. Prepare yourself. It's going to be a fucked up weekend. But Venus is there. Go into your Venus energy. She has the tools. She looks so beautiful this morning in that sky. It was just like, I just almost cried when I saw her out there. That beautiful, bright energy there. So sending you out so much love. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you do. If you need to book a reading, there's my prices down below. You pick the price. They're all online readings. Nothing is in-house. I'm not doing any in-house readings except if you book through me, through Blessed Circle, and I won't be there for 2 weeks. And it's on Saturdays only. So, and we're going to try and see if we do a ghost tour too. So ghost tours are going to be starting to come up. Not sure about the pricing of the ghost tour, but everybody, it's going to be a small group, not a large group. And all tickets and everything will be sold through Blessed Circle. Nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with the ghost tour. I'm just there as a facilitator. That is all. So if anybody out there who's listening and want to go back to that person and say, oh, Mary's doing ghost tours. No, I'm not. Blessed Circle's doing ghost tours. I'm just there. I'm a facilitator and doing readings. Blessings. Have a good one and have a great one. Don't leave us. Don't leave us. So, yeah, I'm going to send you guys out love and harmony and peace and embrace the goddess. Bye-bye, everybody.